come true because, you know, a lot of kids in Edmonton, just like myself, grow up wanting to play for the Oilers.
How many games did you get to?
Did you go to games last when you were a kid?
I probably went to like maybe one a year, so that's definitely a big fan growing up.
What do your folks do?
They're in Edmonton, yeah. My whole family's there, so everyone's pretty fired up.
I'll bet, hey? They found out?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Tyler, maybe take us through the last 24 hours. Obviously a whirlwind for you. Just maybe take us through the process leading up to here, morning skate.
Yeah, I was in Columbus with Ottawa, and I got the call probably around 2 o'clock Eastern that said I'd been traded to Edmonton. So obviously want to thank everyone in Ottawa. A great group of guys, great staff, a lot of good friends over there, and just want to thank them for giving me an opportunity. DJ Smith, Pierre. So I had a good time in Ottawa, but I'm ecstatic to be an Oiler, and I can't wait to move forward with these guys.
You'd only scored last time I think Ottawa was in. You scored a goal. Did you say that was the first goal you'd ever scored
in Edmonton? Yeah. So that was this year, when we played the Oilers in Edmonton. So that felt good. Had a lot of family in the crowd, and I expect a lot of family in the crowd moving forward here.
And you're playing with McDavid. Does that feel like a lottery win sometimes?
Yeah, it's obviously so special just to be a part of this team and with this group of guys. Two of the best players on the planet, and I get to play with Connor tonight is pretty cool. I'm just gonna try to shake off some rust and work hard, and that's all I can control is just how hard I work and compete, and good things usually happen when you do that.
You talk about being excited, a new team, new line mate in Connor, yet you're not fully settled in. Is tonight just basically based off adrenaline for you?
Yeah, I got in, kind of late last night, so it's just it's been a bit of an adrenaline ride this last 12 hours, this last day or so. So for me, again, just try to play hard, keep it simple. I mean, that's all I can control, and have fun with it, enjoy it.
So did you have posters on your wall and all of the other stuff that kids?
Yeah, obviously a huge Gretzky guy. He's the best player of all time, and he's a big talking point at a lot of dinners and growing up in the household. But for me, my favorite player was probably Dougie Waite. So it's cool. I'm just enjoying this right now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Tyler.
Something was coming, and were you ready?
I wasn't really sure what was going to go on. You never really know with deadline and trades and everything. Obviously, it's just try to stay in the loop as much as possible. And obviously, when I got pulled out of the lineup, I knew something was brewing, so I didn't know where or what was going to happen. I just kind of stayed ready, and then got the call maybe around noon, maybe a little after noon, and then just packed up as quick as I could and hopped on a flight and came down.
As you know, Edmonton's 2 games against Detroit much earlier this season. And at that time, I remember talking with the Detroit folks, and they were saying, boy, there's one snake-bitten guy so far. He's had a ton of chances early. It's Athanasiou. Is that a fair description of how that first half of the season went, where you had lots of good looks early?
Yeah, I would say I had a good amount of chances. I think I had a ton of breakaways, and I just found a way to stay out of the net. And I think everything that was kind of going wrong kind of was just happening, and it was a little bit of bad luck, and obviously the situation. So it was tough, but those things you just got to work through, and that's about it.
And it's easier to rip the page off when you go to a winning team and get that fresh start.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you kind of put it in the past, and everything that's happened before is it's gone and over with, and there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to here, and I'm just excited to be here.
Nobody's got 70.
Yeah, no, I think the mascot's wearing it, so I didn't want to get him a Rolex, but no, I just
Were you handed that number?
yeah, I was given that number. Yeah, so as I thought I'd change it up a little bit. It's 28's my mom's birthday and little brother's birthday, so I'm sure they'll be thrilled to see that, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be excited.
Where's your family?
They're in just north of Toronto, up in Vaughan. So yeah.
And what do they do?
Dad's a pilot, and mom's full-time job is full-time mom. She had 4 kids, so it's Yep.
Pilot for who?
Air Canada.
Is that right?
Yep.
That's cool.
Does it show a sense of comfort to have a general manager believing in you, making a trade for you? Because you had Ken Holland in Detroit, now he makes a move for you, pays up a pretty good price, knowing that comfort and stability is there?
Yeah, it's definitely you see that obviously at any team that's willing to make a trade for somebody and show interest. It's obviously a good feeling, and I'm excited to see him again, and I'm just excited to be here.
Getting a new opportunity, obviously with the new club, but a new line mate as well, Connor McDavid. Maybe talk about the excitement of playing alongside one of the game's best.
Yeah, I mean it's you said it pretty good there. Obviously, I was fortunate enough. I actually watched a lot of Edmonton games this year, so it was pretty exciting for me. He's a fun player to watch, and it'll be exciting to play with him for sure.
Playing any games against them in the Ontario League?
Yeah, you know what? It was we always scheduled up in around Christmas time when we played him. It was always around I think a World Juniors usually, so we missed. I think I maybe played against him once there, and that was about it. But, yeah.
So when you play with that guy, with that good a player and that fast a player, and what do you think? What are the tricks? What do you have to do?
I think you just gotta stick to your game plan and try to do as much as you can, open up ice, and I think with my speed I'll be able to open up a little bit of extra ice and give him time and space and let him do his thing.
Are you a guy that likes the puck to carry through the neutral zone? Because he does.
Yeah. I mean that's whatever. It's he play the game out there, go out there, work hard, and make plays, and I don't really think about when to carry the puck or when to dish it off. Kind of just make a read, see the play, and if it's there, make the play.
Have you always been a fast skater?
Yeah, I would say.
Connor says, from a very young age, he was very fast.
Yeah, I would say growing up, it was always speed was kind of my thing on and off the ice, whether it was running or playing other sports. It's always been trying to work on and trying to get better at. So it's something I took my pride in and worked hard at.
Just a fast twitch guy, hey?
Yeah, that's a fast twitch. Yeah, always. Yeah, with those things, you gotta. It takes so much work too. You can't just rely on it. But I spent a lot of time working on that fast twitch. I'm fortunate enough to have some of it. So it's everyday work. But it's definitely one of my.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I noticed that you and Coach Tippett talked for a couple of minutes before the skate circling around. Just maybe what were some of the words that you guys exchanged?
Just kind of getting, accoladed and just talking about life and everything. So it seems like an awesome guy. I'm excited to play for him and work hard for him and work hard for every one of these guys in this room. Obviously, there's a good thing going on here, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
So your name's out there all the time, like in the TSN.
What do you think? You go from a team that wasn't going anywhere to a team that's building to do something here. Well, what's it like to be that player?
You know what? It's exciting. Obviously, given an opportunity to play some competitive hockey again, and it's just kind of taking it stride for stride here. As I've got in late last night and quick morning skate and right into it. So, but like I said, I'm extremely excited, as I feel like the other two are too.
Yeah. You've been part of good teams, and you've been a good player for a long time. You run power plays in this league for 15 years and done a lot of stuff, right? But this is new. Is this new, I guess, for you? Is this a new experience at an older age?
Yeah, I guess that's all it is, really. Essentially, is the game's still the game, and you got to do the things that you do well out there. And my thing is, as you get older, the game is faster. So you have to find other ways to make up for it, and I feel like that's been the biggest challenge. But as far as the power play goes, that stuff's kind of comes second nature.
Mike, just maybe take us through the first hours of being around this team, and maybe if there's a sense of excitement in the air with the new additions and obviously a playoff push coming down in March.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement, and the guys are great already. I already feel like they really accepted us coming into this morning, and hopefully that grows quickly. So Yeah, I mean, it feels like, even on the other side when I was in Detroit, there was a lot of excitement around the Edmonton Oilers, and it's shown really in their play over the course of the year. And as a player coming in, you really want to be a part of something like that. So
It looks like you're drawn in with William Legason. Obviously, maybe not much of a relationship there yet, but it's tonight just basically based off adrenaline because, like you mentioned, late travel day yesterday. Is it just adrenaline today?
yeah, somewhat. Yeah, and try not to do too much. Just kind of try to ease into it and build from there. But yeah, the quicker we can, get to know each other, I think the better off we'll be on the ice.
You've played with some really good players in your years, and there are two forwards here. What do you think? What is the dynamic being a defenseman when you got McDavid wanting the puck and Draisaitl wanting the puck? What's that like?
Oh, well, I think as a defenseman, it makes the job a lot easier. To be honest, you get it into their hands. You know that good things are going to be done with it, and then it also holds us accountable to make sure that we get them the puck. So which raises everybody's game, and I think that's important. Yeah.
Your number, you go to Darnell and say, I want some 25.
No, never.
Why did you choose 27?
My son's birthday, so yeah, born on the 27th.
Well,
Because the tough guys wear 20.
I know. I heard.
new guys. Is that how come?
Housewarming gift.
I like that.
Yeah, housewarming gift. This is coming, away you go, right? So, no, it's with the injury to Yamo, we're kind of looking at some different things, and we want to get the new guys up and going as quick as we can, and so just give it a try and see how it goes.
Is part of it that you have a pretty good idea what your guys here can do with McDavid, and you want to see both these guys at the same time?
A little bit, but just you're dealing with the injury situation too. I think this is going to be, it's going to take a little bit of time here, but because you got injured guys coming back, and just to see where the parts fit. It's easy to move things around on paper, but once you get out the ice, you got to see how things work out together and who might be a fit for each other. So it'll take a little bit of time, but I like where we are. All the three new players are really enthused about being here, all in good spirits. Our team was in good spirits today. But that being said, we had a good win in LA. Yesterday, we came out of yesterday feeling like there's two parts to it. We've added good players to our group that will help us push along. But I really think, the job that Ken and his staff did is a reflection of how well our players have played. They put ourselves in a position to where we're at, and that's exciting for our group. And I told that to the guys today. It's a big part of these new guys here to help are the work that you guys put in. So let's, welcome the help with open arms, but we still got a lot of work to do. And, yesterday we felt like was a good day for us. We added some good pieces, but today we got to get back to work, and that's the message today.
So could you tell when Yamo got pulled down on the ice there, we could tell that he was hurt, but he still played the rest of the game?
Yeah, he was kind of, we talked to him on the bench, and he wanted to keep going, so he kept pushing through, and he got a little bit of treatment between periods, but he said he wanted to keep going. And unfortunately, it was a little more sore yesterday, so we'll hold him out for a little bit here until he gets healthy.
Looked like he was a little angered. There was no penalty call on that play.
Yeah, it was kind of
Odd
I
play.
watched it, kind of odd, just off balance a little bit, and he got kind of yanked, so it's one of those things that happens in a game.
Bench to skate around and see if he was healthy, but he just went straight to the ref to yell at him.
Yeah, he did right the board.
That's good.
Where's the penalty?
Yeah, that's good.
So your defenseman has run Green's run power plays for 15 years in this league. Is it too soon to have him come in and run yours? Do you have to wait for something like that?
No, we'll get him up and going. Like we like what our people have done with the power play here, so there's no use to change a lot of that, especially with Clef coming back hopefully early next week. So we'll just get him up and running here a little bit. Years ago he really helped run that power play in Washington, but it's kind of been in Detroit really balanced groups, and it's not as if he was taking the lead on it or anything, but he's a good skilled guy, a good smart player, and he'll help us 5-on-5, and if he gets some power play time, he'll help us there too.
It's the only difficult part. You get all these new players now with Yamo hurt, then you got to change all the lines around.
Well, that's right. That's
you
why
had the lines
yeah.
working pretty.
That's
pretty
why
well.
I say it's going to take some time here to see where all the parts fit, and some of it is because of the injuries, and some of it we have some new players here. So,
Dave, noticed that you and Andreas were skating around for a couple of laps before skate got started, just kind of helping get acclimated to the.
yeah, you got to be careful not to overload them the first day. There's so much, they come in, they meet new teammates, they got to think about some new structure things that they've got to try to implement into the game, and just their nervousness about joining a new team. So you got to make sure that you just they're in a good spot, and basically I relayed to him, like, this is going to take some time to get up and go, and just come in and play well. Don't overthink the situation. Just get out there and help like we know you can. So they're all, the good thing about them, they're Double A is a younger player, but they're veteran players. They've been in the league for a while, so they understand the whole situation, and I think they'll come in and play well.
Did you get a chance to watch much video on any of the new guys?
All of them, yeah.
What did you come away with? Sorry.
Well, there's things you like about their game, and there's things that they're going to have to change just from structure-wise coming to our group. So those are things that, like I say again, will take a little bit of time to get rooted in how we play or whatever, and that's no different than anybody coming. But they all three of them have good skill. Obviously, Ennis and Double A have good speed. They've added a speed element to our forward group here now. So, but again, I don't know if we'll really know what we have with everybody until we start getting some players back up front.
Well, there's a reason that Archibald is playing with Leon, that he's the same size as Yamo.
Oh, you might have to. Archie might be a little sour at that one. Be careful with that one.
Height-wise.
Yeah,
Height-wise,
similar kind of players a little bit. There's things that I rely on Leon's line to do, and I wanted to put the new guys with Connor, so Archie gives us a similar look as Yamo there on that line.
Because he's defensively responsible, or he's started to score some goals too.
Well, no, he's a good two-way player. That's the way I look at Yamo too. Yamo's a good two-way player also. So that's what we're looking at.
Is this really disappointing for you and Yamo that he's just going so well, and now he has to sit out for a couple of weeks?
It is. Anytime a player gets hurt when he's impacting your roster as much as Yamo is. That's hard to see a guy go out. But that being said, you just deal with the injuries and move on. That's part of the game.
Okay. Thanks, David.
Thanks, Dave.